Okay, let's check this out. No, sounds perfectly fine. Okay. You guys have caught me in a little bit of preps. So, you caught me during the prep phase, but I figured, you know what, rather than just starting later and getting all this prep work done, honestly, most people don't usually show up until later anyway, so I am just going to start streaming and I'll just talk about other stuff. I just got a nice little haircut there, nice little, dried my hair, dried my clothes, thank you, little riser golem torch thing, golem thing. You know, I just found out how much of this game was inspired by Berserk. Now, I've never actually really... I've seen a tiny, teeny bit of the Berserk anime, but... Like, I didn't really know just how much it was inspired by Berserk. I just heard, you know, this or that. Oh, Souls was inspired by Berserk. I'm like, oh, okay, well, whatever that means. Then I got the idea of some art styles. I'm like, oh, some art style stuff. But holy cow, I've never realized how much of this game, how much of the Souls games are inspired by Berserk. And in fact, they lift off some of the exact same designs from it. Like, apparently that golem, the little burning golem thing there, is straight out of that anime. Like, almost shamelessly pulled from it. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. I would think that the Miyazaki actually got the Berserk creators' permission to do all that. I don't know. I will not really comment on that. All I'm saying is that I was just surprised to discover how much Elden Ring and Souls in general lifts from Berserk, but not in the sense that there's some inspiration, but like directly lifts, like no difference in some of the art designs. I also saw the trailer for the new Spider-Man. Well, okay, it's more of a teaser than a trailer. I have no idea if it's going to be any good, but so far the Spider-Man movies have been good to decent. And seeing Punisher in a Spider-Man movie sounds like a lot of fun. I don't understand yet how the Hulk plays into any of that sort of thing yet. All I know for sure is that there's Spider-Man, and there's a big deal with the Punisher, and apparently Hulk is involved, and I don't know anything beyond that. I saw the trailer today for the One Piece anime. There's a One Punch anime, but the One Piece anime, I can't really comment because I don't know anything about One Piece aside from not the anime. The One Punch live series, the live series on Netflix. I don't know anything about One Piece other than from the TV show. I can't get into One Piece. There's just like a million gajillion episodes. It's way too. It's just too much to start from the beginning when something's been running this long, right? Whoa! I dodged that this time, and the little bastard actually cheated. His mouth didn't glow like it normally does right before firing. Oof! Close call. This guy has killed me so many times. What just happened? There I am worrying about the damn mage when the stupid imp is right behind me. God, I hate running through this area. This is why I try to do this sort of thing off stream, but I just didn't get around to doing it today. I was trying to do it right before the stream started, but this sort of thing takes a solid hour, even when you're just running around. Just running to get to Graces, it takes an hour. So most of the prep work that it gets involved in, well, okay, I shouldn't say most of the prep work. There's a lot of prep work involved in terms of setting up builds and researching and all that sort of thing. But in terms of prep work during the games, yeah, good solid hour sometimes. Just trying to get into the right places and everything, so I don't have to spend so much time streaming, just running from place to place. But tonight it's okay, because there isn't even anyone watching the stream yet, so who cares right now. Is everything hitting me tonight? You know how many times I've run through this area and not get hit by anything? Other than that stupid mage in that one area, but not the other guys. Alright, what else can I talk about while I'm just doing all this prep work stuff? Just prepping for now. Because most people aren't going to show up until quite later anyway, so let's get this stuff out of the way. We'll spend this early part of the night just getting to the various Graces. Fortunately, there's a fair bit left to do. What else is there? Anything? Fortunately, there's a lot of other news going on, covering things that I just do not want to talk about. Oh, good, a boss. I don't have time to talk about news then. It's that spell that has made the World of Warcraft priest build possible. So that spell is very similar looking to how Smite looks. Good, got him down quickly without having to worry about it too much. Ooh, I don't have as many. I don't have all my stuff here. You know what? The arrow firing stuff, I'm just gonna put that on. When I can't decide what to put, what to equip, I just put on the shield talisman. The arrows have been pretty much useless, except when there's been like a enemy that, or a boss or something that gets too focused on attacking my pet or something, animal companion, we should say. Then the arrows have been, well, even then they haven't been that useful. They don't do much damage. Anyway, news. Now, like I was gonna say, a lot of the news that's been happening today is kind of stuff I just don't want to talk about on this channel. So, what else can I think about? Or what? Yeah, all I really got is some movie news, and there's really not much else to say. I mean, news for the channel, but I mean, what else is there to say? World of Warcraft Hunter is next weekend. And then after that, probably Killer Mushroom, and then the World of Warcraft Mage series starts. After that, I think will that be the end of the month? Yeah, I think that'll be going into Labor Day. Kung Lao build has been pushed all the way to when the second Mortal Kombat movie releases. I know that's like a ways away, but it just feels too perfect, right? As for everything else between now and then, I don't know. I want to get Pyro Dancer in there somehow. Let's see here. Where is that stupid torch? Gotta be careful. They can still spot you. And I think what this does technically, this spell does, it doesn't hide your footsteps, but it hides your, like, sight. However, they can still technically... I don't know what it is exactly their technique. They can't see you, but they can still hear you. So whatever, it makes it so much easier to run through these guys, because I hate stealth in any game, period. So I am more than happy to exploit this item for this part. I mean, actually, probably Assassin's Gambit would be better, because I think it does both. But... this doesn't require me to do anything else but use it. Get out of here, you stupid, ugly thing. Oh, come on. Move. Can't cast this forever, you know. That got a little closer than usual, but I think I'm okay now. I think we're good. It's good. We're all good. Everything's good now. And these guys are just guys. They look scary, but they're just guys. And this is the point when the mansion starts to emerge out of the darkness, and you're like, oh wow, a big creepy palace-like place is built all the way down here. Wow, this is amazing, this is cool. This must be some really awesome, super cool legacy dungeon or something. I mean, look at the size of this building, and it goes back a real long ways too. Like, oh wow. And then it ends up just being like, you know, you go a few rooms to the left, a few rooms to the right, and then you're done. Another thing that I really wish they would have developed more.
Come no closer.
Because, I mean, the size of the place really suggests
I say.
that there could have been room for so much more. It's just better to let him go past. Hey. You. What are with you guys? Each and every single one of them attacks me in the back. I roll around, and another one attacks me in the back. I roll backwards, another one attacks me in the back. Like, yeesh. You must really hate this cloak or something. You must have been like, oh my god, that guy's fashion sense is terrible. I am just a fart. Whatever you think is happening, trust me, it's just a fart. You can forget about it. Just a harmless little fart that's just sneaking away from behind you. And there's another fart. Another fart who's trying to get into my behind. What is it with these guys tonight? Wait, I didn't need to do that. Nah, just have it at this point. Honestly, I don't know why they bother having multiple... Like, they have multiple, races here. Even though the way the mansion is designed, all that single grace can reach every, main point in this area, because there's really not much to this area, right? That said, I of course appreciate all the extra graces, so... Because if there wasn't the grace right outside Midra, it'd be a much longer... Well, it could potentially be a much longer run. You'd have to, every time you'd want to get to fight Midra, you would have to go through here, like go around here to get to, I mean, all that said, they could have just easily put, actually no, they did put a ladder in. Okay then, there's absolutely no, like there's no point of this. They could have just had the grace down there and climbed the ladder. I know, it's still more convenient this way. Yeah, this is better. But I'm just surprised they did, is all. Alright, now we gotta go back to... Doesn't really make a difference at this point. Let's grab some fingers. Let's go blow some horns and run through some fingers. I know, it's all set up for the fun later. This is the sort of thing now I try to restrict to off-stream stuff, but... As I said, most of the people who watch this stuff seems to come much later, so... And it's already in my stream time now, so I'm doing it now. And maybe I'll just, maybe I'll just cut this stuff out when I actually release the video. Almost done, everyone. The really tricky, the really longest part. The long part was getting down to Midra. And then, of course, there's the part with getting down to the Putrescent Night, but I took care of that stuff. Well, okay, halfway to Putrescent Night.
The execration. Only your fate now. These are... Think nothing of it.
I can't believe how long this takes. Normally in the middle of the day, what I do is I'll take care of all this prep work stuff early in the day, because most of it is for the DLC. For the first 2 days, it's not such a big deal, but for the DLC, it is a good hour or so of prep work. I'm at an hour. I've been doing this since 11, and I'm still not finished yet. And I'll do it usually during a baseball game. But today's game started 3 hours later at 4 o'clock. And I don't know, it's just like there's no game on. I didn't think about this. I didn't remember this. It was like 11 o'clock, like, oh crap. Well, okay, 11 o'clock, half hour, that should be enough time. No, it was not enough time. Not at all. I mean, thankfully I got rid of a lot of the longest stuff before the stream started, but I was right in the middle of running to Midra, unfortunately. But, as I said, nobody's watching right now anyway, so I'll just do that. I'll just do it all first, while no one's still watching. Yeah, it's so much faster to go that direction. I always go through the mage that can blow you off the rafters for some reason. Just, like, have it. I wonder where that door was supposed to... You know, sometimes I think it'd be cool sometimes. Like, you know how in Fallout there are mods? Like, some people have figured out, like, taking, like, doors, like, mysterious doorways in Fallout games that go nowhere, or just buildings that normally just have locked doors, and they actually create, like, dungeon zones for these areas. Or they'll create, like, a whole new map or something, and, like, suddenly these doors actually go somewhere. And sometimes even to, like, new major dungeons. I've always thought it'd be cool if someone ever did that for any of the Dark Souls games or Elden Ring games. Like, that door there could go somewhere cool. You know? Or in Dark Souls, like, you know the door that was supposed to go to Endor Londor, but is blocked, so you gotta take a gargoyle up? Like, that could be a whole dungeon. They open up that door, forget the gargoyle ride, and, you know, now you, like, now it's like the dungeon. You go through this gatehouse area to Endor Londor. Or how, when you fight the scorpion demon, if you actually walk across the lava to the other side, there's like a cave, there's like a door into this, into the bedrock that goes somewhere. I'm like, oh, cool. Imagine that door went somewhere cool. You know, stuff like that. Now, people have created these mods, though, for, Dark Souls. I don't know about 1 and 2, but I am aware they created like entire new zone mods for Dark Souls 3. So I mean, that was pretty cool. I mean, it's still neat enough, and I think they've done some for Elden Ring too. I forget what they're called, the Convergence mod or something like that. I don't know. Sorry guys, Sentinel's not really worth fighting, so no. Maybe Falling Star Beast, but I will have to do them more if I'll only do Falling Star Beast if it's like I got time to fill, or I got time. Tonight is gonna be well, again, it'll be interesting. But one thing to get going. Ooh, a lot of little snake beasts. Are they all alive? Oh, yes they are. And this is the area with the absolutely bullshit falling distances. Thankfully, I now realize dropping to here is not so bad. Oh, he knocked me out of the stun. How convenient. Not so convenient. Crap, that one was casting, oh, come on. Like I said, suddenly everything's hitting me tonight. Well, okay, in this area, I don't seem to be As you know what? Only on stream do I seem to get hit in these damn finger ruins. When I first played through the game, and after that, I ran through this area no problem. I didn't even think there was any creatures. I didn't realize there were any mobs in this area the first time I played through the game. That's how unlikely or how rarely I actually got hit by anything here. Okay, good. Now Fingers is set up. Now what am I missing? Rawa. Oh wait, no. First floor. And no. Sunflower, but Sunflower is not hard to get to. It's pretty fast, so I'm not gonna get into that one. Brow though is a hike. It's not a very bad hike. It's pretty much a straight shot, but it's a hike. So I will set that one up. The only thing left I have to really deal with is Putrescent Night, because I only got halfway, and that area can potentially be a stream killer. But not for now. Praise the sun! Nope, praise the fire! There's no sun, I'm just looking at my burning hands. Dude, they look like suns. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking that guy is saying. So what else can I talk about until I finish all this running around? No, I already did some news I went over. Generally you don't get much news on weekends anyway. And unfortunately with D&D, I can't really talk in terms of like classes or oh, D&D Ranger this, D&D Ranger that, because, you know, in D&D it's like, well, it's whatever the player sets. It's not like as hardcore as something like the Paladin, where there are some very specific rules that D&D Paladins have to follow. But for the Ranger, it's like, well, I mean, maybe he's focused on the bows, maybe he's focused on two-weapon fighting. You know, there's a story there, but it's up to the player to decide what that is. So there's not really much to talk about. Maybe I should come up with a story for this guy. But I kind of don't feel like it, because that would require me to also... It has to be within the context of Elden Ring, and I honestly don't really pay that much attention to the Elden Ring lore. I just don't care. I mean, something fantasy stuff happened a long time ago, or maybe a long time ago, I don't know. It's easy to say time is warped than to actually make a decision on that, or something, like some Miyazaki crap. So rather than just deciding, was it a long time ago, or was it recently? You know? Let's just say, time is warped. Ooh, what a great way to get out of actually trying to solve a problem, a writing issue. I mean, that is really cheap, lazy way of doing it, as far as I'm concerned. But anywho, some fantasy things happen, blah blah blah. And now we're trying to become the Elden Lord because reasons. So... yeah, I'm not into the lore. I don't know what to tell you. When you become a writer yourself, you don't... Other properties' lores don't grab you as much anymore, because I'd rather just create my own. I'd rather see the world and come up with my own reasoning. Like in the past, maybe I would get... Actually, I was never that big a lore nerd. For a little while there, I did... get a little bit into like Halo lore. No, stay away from me. Oh god, you homing needles things. For a while there, I did get into Halo lore, but I stopped caring. Once I realized there was all these novels I had to follow, and then the novels were just kind of doing their own thing, and then blah blah blah. I've been through this before. But now, I would much rather just be dropped into the world and be like, oh, this interesting thing, look at that, and then just come up with my own story now that actually learn. I don't know what to tell you. When you're doing writing, it's more valuable for you to think about your own lore that you can design yourself, that you can work with, than it is to care about like going through all this trouble working out someone else's lore. Now think about it this way. Once you build yourself a chair or a table and then get used to building chairs and tables, you kind of don't really care about looking at other chairs and tables. You'd rather just build your own. You'd rather see the wood and the varnish and the paint and the nails and be like, I wonder if I can do something cool with that. Than you will about some other table or chair. I mean, unless it's like a really nice table or chair or something. Something you just can't pull off yourself. So. I wonder if this guy's still ticklish. I've run across his back so many times. Tickle, tickle. Yes, I think the first time I ever did one of the streams, I was like, hee 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 hee, or something running across his back. almost there, almost all set up. Really should have did this earlier. But oh well. I mean, I can't imagine it's too exciting watching someone just run to the various graces to set up for the boss fights. But it has to be done. Thankfully, once I get going, it goes real fast. Assuming how well I go. You. Oh, good. I dodged that for once. Oh yeah. Aw, I wish you would have kept swinging. I could have got a joke in there, like my like it magically joke. Oh shit! You actually got into the room with me. No, I'm not starting with Mesmer. Okay, looks like I'm all ready to go. I mean, in terms of game-wise, or boss-wise. Let's get back to the warm-up boss, which is Hippo. Wait, no, I did Hippo. Okay, then who's the first? Who's going to be the first to fall? Did I do Dancing Lion? Yeah, I guess I did do Dancing Lion. Then who's the first? I'll think about it. It's actually really hot here today. So I'll think about it while I take a short break. I'm just going to get some water, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And back to the old recording position. To the usual recording position. I am good tonight. How's that? How's that? How's that? That's good. That sounds good. Actually, no, I can't hear anything. But this is the position it's usually in, so it should sound okay. Alright then, here we go. But I'm not going to start with Mesmer. Who's my warm-up? Unfortunately, I already killed Hippo. What's a good way to start? Where's a good monster to start with? What's a good boss to start with? Hippo's the best way to start. I already did Rolana and Lion. I guess I tend to start with fingers, don't I? Alright, let's just... I mean, I can't decide on any one thing, so let's just do fingers. I, however, am not going to do what's-his-face after doing fingers. Because it's not a boss. It's barely worth the effort. This guy.
I heard the stars are dark and the rest on the contrary now. May you...
Oh, he's still... Crap. Yeah, you gotta talk to him a bit. Before he'll go away. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care about lore from other stories or properties, because I write my own. Kinda hard to care. Kind of hard to care once you become a writer. Because you're too busy writing your own stuff to care about anyone else's. Or maybe it's just me. He's still there! Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah, is he? He knew that it was tragic that he would...
Blah, 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 blah. Are you still talking? Blah, 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 blah. There, finally, we're done. We're done hearing his little lecture. If you're joining in now, you might want to skip the first hour and a half of the stream. Actually, no, I'd say more like an hour. It was just prep for this one, which I really should have did earlier. Now, how do I make this fight more rangery? I don't know, at this point I've just kind of settled in just, you know, 2 weapons, swords, occasionally use the bow, and that's it. I mean, it's just working well enough, and covering the full range of ranger abilities is just not feasible. They just have too many spells that just sort of touch a little bit on everything. Really? So, if I just do anything in part, like, just anything at all, and that technically counts as being ranger-ish. I mean, short of... Actually, the only thing I'm not doing that would make a difference is camouflage ability, which is completely pointless in Elden Ring, so... Oh, speaking of which... the more and more I think about that idea of doing a rogue build, but not, like, no particular... Like, with no focus on beating bosses, but just on assassinating NPCs, the more I like the idea. That sounds a lot more interesting than just you know, just the usual runs. It's just something different. Okay. How is this one gonna go? I don't know. I mean, I actually have a build that is technically... I don't know. I mean, I do have actual decent ranged options now, but I still... Well, okay, there are no decent ranged options. No, well, nothing more to say. Just go and find out. Oh crap, the bird's dead. Well, that was just a shit show. Every single... You know how many times I've seen that spell and all the bubbles just rise up around me and, like, they never touch me? And this time, it's like every single one hits me. Okay, so Bird is essentially useless. But then again, I don't see how any creature or any animal companion won't be useless in this fight. I mean, maybe I'll try dogs. See if having some extra targets for her to focus on might make a difference. I haven't fought her in a while. I'm a little off on her. Seem to have gotten the smart one tonight. She actually came all the way to attack me instead of attacking the wolves. Bugger. Yeah, she's gonna come to me, isn't she? No, not really. And they're dead. No, there was no shot. No chance of getting to that stagger. Yikes. Little bugger just wouldn't hold still. Or I couldn't seem to... She kept using abilities that would, like, put me at a, or kept ruining my ability to outrange her. She kept, well, not outrange her. What's the word I'm looking for here? She was, actively blocking my ability to approach, because every time I had a chance to, like, get close, she'd use an ability that required me to dodge or put range between us. Actually, I guess she was outranging me would be the better word. I had to wait for her to get close, and of course using arrows was just too dangerous. Alright, but whatever, she's down. Am I still getting any value from increasing strength at this point? Not really. That was only a 1. But I'm not really getting much out of FP either. Ah, well, there's like 6 points, so... I'm at the point now where at getting stats are just... the stats aren't worth anything anymore. I'm not going to go up and fight the geezer and the girl. That's not worth the extra time investment. Let me see. I'm still working on warm-ups. You know what? Guys like Falling Star... Bosses like Falling Star and Bird are more of what I do when I think I have a lot of time. Let's do Ramina. I also think of her more as a warm-up sort of boss. What are my arrows like? Do I even have any? Well, I mean, I know I have arrows left. Let's see. They're... Well, I'm never going to run out of those, but I think the stagger ones are the only ones worth using. In terms of damage, it's like not even worth thinking about. Oh, right. I definitely don't want... Wow, you know what? Yes, she does a lot of AoE. Yes, she runs around a lot. And Bird's faster and less likely to get hit, but she actually moves so quickly and bounces around so much that she's one of the few bosses where all her AoE attacks actually will miss you a lot. Because she goes around so much, and yet her attacks are so precise. So, wolves might actually be worth it here. She'll be going around so much that she won't be able to, like, chase them all down. They'll just be all over the place. Unless she hits them all at once and kills them that way. Because of course she will. This is gonna kill them all, isn't it? Yep. Bye-bye, doggy.
Ouch. That grapple is hard to spot. It looks so much like her other attacks. Damn it, I should have just avoided that. No, I had to get the stupid potion in. Flask. Why do I keep saying I know they're flasks. For some reason I don't say potions on friggin' streams. I always say flask, but I started doing these streams and started saying potions for some reason. Like, what the hell? I haven't played another game that calls them potions in years. Actually, most of what I play nowadays is, if it's not Elden Ring or Dark Souls, it's something like, I don't know, Resident Evil. Okay, wolves are useless. In fact, I think they'll remain useless for the rest of the run. I can't think of anything they'd be worth using on. Mesmer, no. No. Falling Star... Actually, Falling Star Beef, they might be okay. Birds really tanking her good. I feel bad about... Oh, cuts. Okay, well, bird's gone now. I was going to say I felt bad about using that one time to just let the bird tank, and I was just using the arrows. Is that Dancing Beast? But, you know, well, he's dead now, so we don't feel anything. Who now? Who can we do? I gotta be careful with Mesmer, because there is a good chance he will take a while. How many points will I get out of strength at this point? So 4 more points, and 2 of them will get me 3 points of strength. That's not. So if we average it out, then chances are 4 more points might get me maybe 7, 8 more points of damage, which is not really worth it anymore. Well, okay, more like 6, because that's for both. Maybe 16, because that's for both swords, right? Whereas with FP, I can be getting like 10 points of FP. So I think I start putting them on. I don't know. At this point of the game, it's like not worth it. Huh? Who else would be fun to do? I don't want to do. I'll guess get rid of Putrescent Knight. I don't like Putrescent Knight. Oh, but I can use Sacred Arrows against... Actually, there is nothing stopping me from using things like... You know what? Actually, no, it's everything about Putrescent. Because this has a chance to be a real pain in the butt. Because this is... Well, I am a melee class, but there's nothing stopping me from using Sacred Arrows. I mean, it's a ranger. Preparation is part of playing a ranger. I just hate doing this part without a shield. Die. Suddenly, I'm playing a cover shooter. It's like Sniper Alley in Halo 2. Bugger. Always gotta be careful with that particular bird. If I ignore it, he knocks me off a cliff. If I don't ignore it, I fall off a cliff. Just a real brat. No, actually, the roll attack kind of sucks. I mean, I don't know for PvP, but for PvE, it's definitely not the best. Whew, okay, good. That's the part that stresses me out when I'm doing this. But then Putrescent Knight can be a pain in the butt too. Well, it really depends. Like something. Actually, no. I think it was hard. Ended up being hard for Egris too. Because that's one of those cases where it's like, yeah, she's a melee class, but it was so much about just spamming those spell blade attacks that. And he. Well, no, it ended up being hard anyway. I think because he moves fast and he can move pretty far out of range. So I can't believe how many times I've run through here and never been hit by a slime. Oh well, at least the skeleton can't hit me. Oh shit! Shit! What the? Oh no! Okay, well at least you are no. That's the sort of thing that turns into famous last words. I'm not gonna say anything. If I had jumped there, he would have knocked me off. Whew. That was about to look really bad. And of course he just falls off himself anyway, because of course he will. So yeah, that worked out really, really well. Do you guys drop small animal bones? Flight Pinion. If you're wondering why I'm killing all the animals, it's because I have to craft a lot of arrows for this build. And especially for the hunter build. So I'm going to need to know where I can get bones. If anyone ever... when I first saw this, I was wondering, like, why are these animals here? Like what... Are like worshipping or something? And it's like, no, like look at this place. This place is crazy. There's undead everywhere, and it's so vile and corrupt. There's no way little animals would live down here. Oh right, they're specifically there for players to farm. Which is kind of silly because you can buy infinite thin animal bones from the twin husk merchant. Okay, now I definitely need Bird here. He moves around too quickly, so Bird's the only one fast enough to catch up with him. This is actually a legitimate strategy of using an arrow because he can be flying around a lot. So we can do Sacred. Do I even have Sacred arrows? Yes, I do. And not a rot grease. Inflicting. Okay. Rot is actually a no, not rot. Divine greases are actually very worthwhile here. And now here we go. No, he's such a bugger though. He gets around so much that it can still be a problem, but. Okay, you little fart. Let's see what... You're gonna attack me first. It's not worth it. It's so not worth it. I was waiting for that. And for some reason I just couldn't move just then. Not because he hit me, but it's just like, whatever, okay. So, holy arrows are worthless. Except in that phase when he's jumping up and down, or going into his little... Switch. I'm pressing the buttons to switch, come on. Going into his silly little... cold flame volcano mode. Which, of course, is kind of pointless anyway, because you apparently can't fire arrows unless you're not moving, so... Yeah, this guy always has a potential to be a pest, especially against, melee... Well, it's not a melee, specifically melee build, but arrows are basically not much use here, so... Already? Oh, come on. This stupid button queue system this game has. Just let me stop attacking. I'm not pressing the button at that moment. I can't get stuck on this guy. I still have Mesmer alone could potentially take an hour. Bird's doing a good job of baiting him. Better than me. Somehow he's hitting me even when he's not trying to hit me. I pressed the button! What the hell, man? What is it with this game tonight? Come on! Good lord. What BS. I can't get stuck on this guy. If this keeps going on, I'm just pulling out Mimic Tear because I can't get stuck on him. This can't happen. Not on this guy. Not when... Do I need a new controller or something? This is getting ridiculous. Tonight, this is bad. I'm pressing the buttons, they're just not responding. Or maybe I don't feel that tired tonight. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm trying to stop doing that. I completely forgot about that. You can actually dump over all those blasts. You can just stand there and hammer him. And if you just do it, you can actually wear him down almost to completely dead. Oh, shit. Buttons, man, they're just not responding tonight. Okay, whatever. Bird did the work. I just... That was messy. I hate that was messy, really crappy. I just want to get out of here and forget about it. That should not have been that bad. Oh right, there's Sunflower and Mesmer. I completely forgot about those farts. Actually, wait. Am I actually... Oh right, I still got to run down to... I'm not sure how... Let me get to this one. I'm not sure how Sunflower go. Yes, Sunflower can be a real pain. Actually, Heart can be harder with a summons, but this particular build can use fire. There's nothing stopping me from using fire in this build. So, I mean, there'll be fire arrows. I can use fire greases and fire arrows. So, I'm not gonna go as far as like fire swords or anything like that. Just outside of greases. I know there's actually ranger abilities for it, but I don't remember those abilities being in 3rd edition. But I can actually focus fire on the flower head, so now I'm just kind of curious to see how this goes. Someone like Gaius, I don't know. Actually, a good test for see how Gaius would be like Falling Star Beast. Yes, I know Falling Star Beast and Gaius are not the same at all, but they kind of have similar attack styles. With the difference being that Gaius is always on the move and can eventually make his pig fly. And Falling Star Beast can make me fly. But no, they kind of have a similar movement. Actually, this one I'm just now curious to see what would happen here. Because hey, not you. I shoot the fire, not you. No one cares about you throwing fire. Everyone knows what happens when you throw fire. So now I'm curious to see what happens. If I can actually focus fire arrows and greases on the head, if that will somehow make this go a little faster. Because yes, the head moves around a lot, but there's also a lot of points when it's not moving, and the damage difference can be pretty massive. In that case, I should actually include... Oh wait, what's my... Okay, it's not that huge at this point. Where's that sting? I'm going to actually have some bow abilities. I don't need this one because there's one right outside the boss. I don't even know why I even bothered having that grace there. Well, okay, maybe there's some lore thing like, oh my god, this gives me establishes that the lore says that something interesting happened here. Blah blah blah. I don't know. Don't take this to mean that I disrespect the lore. It's not that I have anything against Elden Ring's lore. I just don't... Or the whole style of the lore being that you have to investigate. I actually have a lot of respect for the fact that they have a different style. People are always like, oh, it's so hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Says, yeah, but there's such thing as different styles of storytelling. And if everyone had the same style of storytelling, life would be very boring. So I respect they have their own style of storytelling. I just don't particularly care for the story. Not because it's bad, but as I've said before, once you start writing your own stuff, it gets difficult to care for other stuff unless it's really, really good. So, and really, the story for this is just, it's pretty basic anyway. It's not like incredibly compelling or anything. What was I doing? Alright, fire grease, mesmer fire grease, like the only fire enemy I have to think about in this whole game, or in the DLC. Fire arrows. Let's see how this goes. Well, this is not going to go well if he keeps focusing on me. I just noticed the hawk ain't doing anything. Yeah, this is not going to work out if he just keeps spamming this ability. Because I can never get a shot off. So unsurprisingly, bows still suck. I mean, literally, one of the best fights where the bow can be really great. And it still sucks. Okay, now he stops focusing on me. E. What that was something. Yeah, I mean, I was absolutely prepared for that to end and then just be like, oh crap, yeah, I'm not gonna do that again. I can't do that again, but no, I don't have to do it again. Holy crap, I dodged 3 holy blasts in a row. I guess the dodge button does work. So what was that about? I mean, the arrows really didn't make a difference. I was just using them because it was safer than getting in close. But yeah, I don't know what else to add there. I did not think I would survive the holy blast, and I dodged it 4 times, and then 3 times in a row. So, because what you're actually looking for in the holy blast, if you really pay attention during the blast, when it goes off, you'll see like this little yellow ray of light like fly at you, and that's the actual bullet that hits you. Like, it's a big holy blast, but what's actually happening is there's a bullet coming out to hit you. And you dodge that bullet, and you avoid the whole thing. And you can just barely see it coming. And so I just watch out for that little bullet now, and a little ray of light, and yeah, avoided it 3 times in a row. I thought I was dead. I thought it was over. I thought I'd never get through the second phase, or third phase. Actually, I didn't think I'd get through the second phase. I was prepared to just walk away from that and say, nope, arrows were not helpful at all. Moving on, but in the end, it worked out. Let's go to the pulley bow, since these magic arrows are like pointless. And what would work against him? You know, I don't know what any particular. Maybe just magic. Actually, no. Once again, for magic, you wanna. Apparently, magic does bonus damage, or deals some semblance of bonus damage against the god type creatures. Otherwise, I'd be using the pulley bow. But I haven't been using bows enough at all this fight. I don't think I'll have a chance to really use arrows during this one. I mean, I may get a few. Honestly, the lance would be more useful. You know what? That's what I'm gonna get the lance, because rarely ever does he get close to you. Wait, I don't have to. Rarely ever does Gaius get so far away that he can. You really need the arrow. So I'm gonna get the spear out and use that instead of the bow, which I'm totally allowed to do. And I don't know about greases, maybe magic, I guess. Which doggies? You know what? He does a lot of wide area sweeping attacks. Bird, definitely bird. Bird's the word. Would I even try to dodge that? You know, for the longest time, I evaded that ability no prob, just by jumping into him. Okay, whatever. That was stupid. Dodge button's back to being useless. Many times, I mean, some of my first playthroughs of DLC, I fought him like 100 times. I actually took longer to beat him than Bloody Radon, believe it or not. And I eventually figured out, or supposedly figured out, that I can avoid that charge by rolling into the stupid boar, and it would work. So suddenly, when I'm doing these on streams, it doesn't work anymore. And that's why I say that the only truly cheap boss, besides the hippo, before they fixed the range of the bite radius of his biting attack, I'd say it was him, because he's the only one that has any real bullshit hitboxes. So much for the lance being useful. You little bugger, you faked me out. He spun around to attack the bird, then immediately spun around to attack me. Running out of time here. I can't spend too much time on him. Okay, well, the lance was worthless. How many shots just flew over his head? Like maybe 2/3 of them? You know, this would be a time, if this were D&D, you'd use Entangling Vines. Or whatever that spell's called. This is when you'd use it. But there ain't anything like that in Elden Ring as far as I can tell. Or at least not a plant spell that's a low-level spell that's not like... Whoop. Crap. And who cares, I'll get anyway, like... Why even bother trying to avoid that charge? See? I told you rolling through it works. Looks kind of funny with little glowing arrows sticking out of him. Actually, it's really funny. When pigs fly! Whatever you said you can't do until pigs fly, you now have to do it. Whoa, you faked me out again. Crap, the bird's dead. He really wants to give me those spirits. Usually just does something like that. Yeah, at the end there, I just kind of had to screw this ranger crap, and I just... I mean... I was just like, enough of this BS. I'm just gonna hack and slash. So, yeah, that was enough of ranger stuff. I mean, it's okay. Maybe if bows weren't so crappy, that could work out pretty well. I mean, the bird was holding his attention pretty well and was doing a good job staying on top of him, really. But at the end, I was just like, I've had enough of this. I'm just going to get in there and hack him up. Okay, we're getting a little too close for comfort to the end, and I haven't even gotten to Radon yet, so we are going to have to go to Mesmer. I did do all the major ones, so, but didn't do guy. Oh, right, there's still Bale and Dragons. Crap. All right, well, I'll just see how Bale goes, or how Mesmer goes. Actually, there's a special thing going to happen with Bale. So, right, fire. Fire is an important one here. Definitely not dogs. Like, dogs will be pointless. Now let's get another level in here. Can I even get another? I think I need like 300 or something. Will that do it? That should do it. No, God, not even close. I need 50,000. Okay, whose soul is worth 50,000? I think you are. Are you worth 50,000? Yes, you are. You are worthy of being consumed. And you still weren't enough, you bastard. I got shortchanged by the final boss of the game. At least I'm getting my FP up. Now he's going to give me right in my face from the start. So let's just get this out of the way now. Actually, you know what? Hopefully this will survive the scene transition. I don't know if magic's worthwhile against him, but apparently if it's not holy and it's one of the final boss creatures, apparently magic is okay. Magic damage works. So... Bird's being oddly hesitant for some reason. Crap. Got caught just roll spamming. Weird though. One split, like 1/2 second of delay would have made the difference there. So I'm not sure what difference I can possibly do here. I think ultimately it's gonna have to boil down to just forget getting fancy. Just go at him. What the hell? What the hell? He had a sliver! You know I hit him? I hit him with his HP at a sliver before he went into that... Screw it. No, that's a Mimic Tier situation. He got beat, he got lucky. And I cannot spend all that. I gotta get the Radon, so he has to go down. And as far as I'm concerned, he's beat. And plus, I'm kind of curious to see how this would go now with a Mimic Tier. Because it's a slightly more unusual build than usual. Actually, it's probably just not going to do anything special. So no, he was beat. For some reason, an attack did not register when he had no HP. There. You were already dead, and you got lucky. That's all there's to it. For anyone who missed it, I actually scored a hit on him while he had like a little sliver of HP left, and for some reason it just didn't count. The game, like he was going through his transition, I don't know, but he got hit. And the game just ignored it for some reason. So, at this point, FP is kind of useless, so I don't even know why I'm bothering with FP. It's now, time is getting a little tight. So, let's go to... Now, there's a little thing here with Bale. Actually, you know what? I'll say it when I get there. I'm a bit of a stickler for even numbers, so now I gotta go to 40. Alright, Bale. We are going to Bale, but first we're gonna fight the dragon outside. The dragon outside his domain. Right. This shouldn't even. Alright, first of all, we don't want to use Mimic Grease. Again. No, wait, that's Denna. We don't want Dean. They corrected it. Dean, right. Okay. Stormhawk will be able to stay off the ground and hopefully avoid more of his attacks. I'm not even going to bother with the range stuff because it's worthless. But you know, I am allowed to use dragon greases. Park myself behind this thing. Hello. Alright, I still have the stupid fire resistance on. Oh, good thing that went easily. Because after this, I have to, absolutely must, head up to Radon. So I'm not going to be able to do any Death Birds or Falling Star Beasts or extra. Actually, I think I did do an Undead Dragon in the last stream, so at least I got that covered. Many, many dead dragons. Oh, sounds like the start of a poem. A really weird poem. Okay, so hopefully this works, but so I know this is a Ranger versus Bale. A Ranger versus Elden Ring build. But here's the thing about Rangers. Rangers also have the favored enemy skill. They pick a certain enemy type and they gain like bonus damage to that enemy type, right? And I think they even have a special bonus if it's a very specific enemy or something like this, right? And in fact, they sometimes encourage Rangers to have like to pick specific enemies rather than just in general, because it just makes the character more interesting. So, who do we know in Elden Ring who has a favorite enemy, uses a bow, and is essentially trying to hunt someone down? Eh? So, to that end, it's not going to be me fighting Bale, because I may be a Ranger, but this guy is a fantastic example of what a Ranger is supposed to be. So yes, we are going to summon Egon. And I know it feels like a cop-out, but I mean, Ranger versus Elden Ring. There is no example of a favorite enemy skill in Elden Ring with one exception, and that's Egon. So that's why he needs to do this, because he exemplifies that one D&D skill that we can't do in Elden Ring. Now this assumes though that he is summonable. I know you got to clear dragons for him to get up the cliff. So I better go make sure I didn't mess this up rather than start from the beginning. Did I even get the... Right. I gotta make sure I don't mess this up because this is, I think, is appropriate because he is the favorite enemy, the example of the favorite enemy skill in D&D. So we gotta use him here. And I will just try and... I won't say I'll just stand back and do nothing, but I'll try and just let him, steal the show. And yes, I'll send Warhawk to do his job, but I'm not gonna try and steal any thunder from Egon here. But first, I got to get Reen's guide because apparently there can't be any dragons in Egon's way or something, and these guys are not going to take long to kill, so let's just get rid of them just in case I'm wrong about that. So let's just do this quickly, I hope. Okay, they're taking damage way quicker. Oh, this is different from the other one. Whatever he needs to go do. I love how they got these two fighting. How'd you get over there? Okay, whatever. But of course I take a shot from Dragonfire first. Because why not? Okay, now where are you, Egon?
Warrior true, if ever one there was. A fellow Drake warrior. Egon.
Yeah, I remember you. Everyone remembers you. You are...
Do you not remember?
You're quite the guy. Wait, I am going to use the poly bowl for this.
You were when fear was yet foreign to you.
Whatever.
Grant me, take this skate. Summon me, my limb, but a drop in my.
Okay, now we can do Vale. It is only fair. If we're gonna do a D&D Ranger, we gotta show off favorite enemy. And this is the only guy in the game who really has a favorite enemy, so we're gonna let him have the show. And I'm just gonna stand back, you know, let Stormhawk help him out. Throw in a few arrows. Ooh, wait, let's go back to fire. You know, try and let him have all his fun. Now, where's this stupid summon sign? Just in case. Where is it? They said they moved it to the point where it's easier to see. Okay, well, I guess the fight has to actually start first. Oh, look, fire. Where are you, Egon? Where are you, Egon? Damn it, Egon, where are you? There you are. Literally on top of his summon sign. Wow, you're literally breathing fire on him as he's coming into the fight. That's funny.
Hereby vow you will rue this day. Behold, a true great warrior, and I, your made flesh.
Leave me alone. Fight him. I'm literally trying to stay out of this. You're not gonna leave me alone, are you? I'm literally not doing anything. I literally haven't done anything yet.
Sullen of scale you might be, foul dragon, but I will wriggle with hold your rotten hide.
Yep, buttons don't do anything apparently.
With every last drop of my being.
I can't even see Egon anymore. Get in there, Hawk. I mean, I know he's crazy, but a little bit of help wouldn't hurt. Still alive at this point? I don't think he's even alive anymore. Oh, there he is. Oh, we're doing the same thing. Dual bow users. Fine. Attack me. Let Egon attack me.
Dread, you shall haunt me no longer.
Okay. Well, you try to do a nice thing. I ended up getting my butt kicked for it. Trying to let Egon steal the show. Instead, the show is being completely dominated by Bale, like, attacking me, like, over and over again, and I'm spamming Flask. Hey, I said Flask! I got it right, finally. So there you go. There's what favored foe enemy looks like. Assuming you ignore the part about me spending the whole time, like, dominating the camera, because the Bale wouldn't leave me alone. I guess that's another example of favored foe. Yes, Egon is the one who wants his attention, but Bale was more interested in killing me. Hey, he was able to get strength up after all, but now it's almost completely equal. But okay, that's fine. That's it. We got him. We let Egon have his revenge. Probably would have went faster if I just focused on attacking him normally. But now we are approaching. Unfortunately, this is technically the point where I should be wrapping up the stream. So, unfortunately, there's no more time for any other secondary bosses or anything else. We have to go straight to Radahn. I'm not even sure if I can beat him with this build. Or at least not quickly enough that it doesn't get like stupid late. So we are just gonna have to go straight to Radahn. Hopefully, Lita's losers don't give us a problem. Oh look, it's the Night Rain character. Well, at least that's going to be how... If I do end up doing that character build for this, I mean, that's the only way I can think of to get like a bird look. Where'd you come from? I mean, I know where you came from, but you never attacked me on the Grace like that. I mean, maybe I should actually rest it at the Grace. No, well. But I've never seen him like come out in front of me like that, like try to head me off or. Well, anyway, that was cute. So yeah, if I was doing that build, I'd put on that armor, look all bird-like, and then use some of those abilities that allow you to like grow wings and the wing attack things. But anyway, on the way to Radahn. Because this guy's annoying, I'm going to use this. The hell was that bullshit? God damn it. Those spells never go off like right in front of me like that. They usually go off right behind you. You just run and you run through. That was the first time I've ever seen the spells like literally... Like they literally go off one right and directly in front of me, one directly behind me. And then I'm just like, I'm stuck. I can't move. I was like literally in stun lock. And then it was at that point where I had to use a potion. That was just bullshit. And it's like 2 a.m. now, so I can't afford to get stuck on. It's the worst way to go. And there's like so many points during this little run up here where stuff like that can happen. You come on! What's this bullshit tonight? Since when do those spells have stun lock? Don't laugh. Every time I die to that is one less attempt on Radon. That's one less time I'll be willing to fight him every time I die for something stupid like that. So it's not that funny. Although, who am I kidding? Of course it's funny. It's the funniest, it's the best part of watching streamers play Elden Ring, watching them die in stupid ways. Why is everything hitting me tonight? You know how many times I've run by those guys and they never hit me? They hit me 3 times just then. Never mind being hit once, 3 times. Now why the hell does this spell keep coming off directly in front of me? It's never that accurate. It's always like this, where it's just like right behind you. So why am I suddenly getting it coming off around me like that? Like, what? What's going on tonight? Suddenly the spell is like all around me. That never happens before. I've never seen this before. Like, absolute first time ever I've seen this. My God, like, what the hell? Like, this never ever happens. I've never, maybe once. That's it. God damn it. Maybe one frickin' time I'll die on running up those stairs. Maybe at worst, even in these streams. So this is the first time ever. It's been like 3 times. So I don't know what the hell. Clearly they fired whoever was up there before and replaced them with actual competent spellcasters, because I have never seen that before. Where the spell goes off. Like, they're heading me off with the spell. I've never seen that before. Ever, ever, ever. That I've done. And I've now done this, like, what, 20 times? First time ever I've been, like, literally, like, the spells are just... They're behind me, they're in front of me, they're to my left, they're to my right. I'm being literally surrounded by that spell. Like, what the frick is going on? Yay, just walking up somehow made the difference. God, stupid. I don't know what stupidity was going on there, but... Now, I have to be... Now I have to actually really rush this next part. Because of that. That's like all the time that... I promised myself I would stop complaining about time. During streams. You never see other streamers complain about how much time they have left. There's another part I have to worry about because those stupid ring spells can one-shot you if they all hit you. Well, maybe not literally one-shot, but it's essentially like a one cast, one kill if they all hit you, and they can. Alright, so I want to assure that nothing goes wrong here, so I want my defense. I mean, I know it's a frost, it's not frost defense, but that might have been a mistake, because that allowed him to get like a few steps closer than usual, which now means he's in range to use Hoarfrost Stomp. However, I made really tight jumps as then I normally don't do. Okay, so that worked. And I absolutely cannot afford to waste my time on you, so go play with the bird. Although if this were Final Fantasy, he'd be weak to wind and probably die in seconds. And again, everyone's weak to wind. Yeah, go play with the bird. Have fun. Are they having fun together? Nope, he ignored the bird. Nope, the bird disappeared. Right. Because there's only a limit. Well, that's fine. It just has to last long enough to keep him busy. Yeah, haha. You came charging to attack me. Now you're gone. Yeah, blah blah blah. Let's get started. I hate this stupid little... There needs to be like a new game plus option that allows you to skip these kind of discussions.
What His Eminence, or perhaps the Erdtree desired all along, the clashing of the favored lords, such that one would prevail. So be it. If you insist upon facing the kind,
Shut up.
I will run you through whoever.
Shut up.
Don't tarry now. Don't you dare approach Mikula's camp. Needle Knight Ledder, Dryleaf Dane, and our ally will never allow this.
Go. Gotta take him out. Gotta go fast.
Lord of the Erdtree, Lord of Marika, you deserve to face the reckoning.
Good job, Hawk. Kill them faster than Dane can appear. Oh, no, or Dane could appear. Yay. Got him down. Careful. Lita can actually kill the pets really fast. Now she's surrounded. Yay. Something went quickly for a change. Good. Needed something to go fast. That was really fast. Yeah, good job, mysterious, bloody guy. Honestly, I think he's more powerful than Ansbach. Well, you know what? I don't know. It's the guy who has the Reduvia and spams those a bit. Oh, I got the... No, he's gonna change to Holy now anyway. It's the guy that spams the Reduvia if you don't have Ansbach, and honestly, I think that guy is really annoying. If you get him to spam the bloody slash thing, he's a super pain in the ass, and you're forced to just go crazy on him and just absolutely melt him down, because otherwise he gets a chance to start using that skill, and it's a really fast skill, and then of course the dagger is really fast. You gotta do it. Okay, what are we looking at here? I actually have enough endurance now that I probably don't need the endurance speed. I can actually go for extra, but I also need all the damage I can get. I have no idea how this is gonna go. It's not one of my more powerful builds. I mean, it's not like Bonks. Big Bonks was ridiculous. Is there any benefit to leveling up? No. I got one more point. So, I mean, it's not going to make any difference, but you never know. You never know with these things. Maybe that one extra point of damage will make all the difference in the world. How much do I need? Oh my god, 42,000. Let's see. Well, that should get me pretty close. 70,000, so I only need 30,000 more. I don't want to screw around with little ones, just go for a big one. Alright, who's worth 30 grand? Who's worth 30 grand? Midra, I choose you. The stupid little notification is covering... There we go. Okay, it was enough. You were worth 2 points of strength. It's okay. It's alright. It's even worth using a grease. I don't know. I don't know what works on him. We'll just go for magic grease. I don't have much hope to beat him. Although I'm starting to get better at dodging his attacks in the second phase. Probably not even... I'm not going to be worth using that. The halberd, arrows, I don't know. I don't think I'll even get a chance to use any arrows, really. I guess I ended up using the horn, because apparently the hornbow works better with the Stormwing arrow for some reason. Should I think about using abilities or buffs? I'm not sure. It's really hard to stagger him, so it's like, why even bother thinking about it? No, whatever. Let's just go and see how it goes. This is the sort of thing, since it's so late and I don't have much time left to get it attacks, I might just end up going Mimic Tier at some point. Although even Mimic Tier doesn't necessarily work very well against him. Well, that's actually pretty good damage. I always say, you gotta do about at least 3,000 damage in any engagement with him. If you're not doing that much, he's gonna be really hard to beat. I actually ran really fast. I didn't even use... And that faster. Because I was expecting him to do his damn little Holy Blast, and he decided to use that move, which is... stupid hard to avoid. Okay, figures. Of course. Hit him really fast. Although, it's impressive I was able to knock him down so damn fast. But if he doesn't do that summon right off the bat like that, I don't have time to get all the rest of my buffs in. No! I'm Egon, I can roar too! Sort of. And I got sunlocked. Although this build is doing a lot more damage than I was expecting. I mean, it's not like big bonks damage, but it's still like almost like the DPS is overall higher. I mean, it takes a little more effort to do the 4,000 damage, but I am doing 4,000 damage. So like it's coming. The damage is coming there. It's like Anything over 3,000 is great, and I'm getting 4,000 fairly easily. So, I mean, obviously it worked because the first time I fought that first try there, I got to the second phase quite easily. Then, of course, immediately died. Oh, that was close. Come on, do your holy flare. I said flare, not earth. Finally. Of course, I have absolutely no defense against that with this build. Yeah, there's... I forgot what the timing is on that one. I mean, getting behind him just doesn't make a difference. Oh, I hate fighting him. Although I guess I'm at the point now where the first phase is basically nothing. Those stupid little lasers, man, they're so cheap. They're actually easier to evade when he first came out. Because everyone's like, oh, they actually nerfed him a bit when they first came out. And I was like, yeah, but his little lasers, you could actually evade them. And they did like so little damage, it was like, no biggie. That was not what I meant to use. Crap, I'm doing this without a room. I have no idea how to evade through that. So if he doesn't let me cast that If it doesn't let me summon Bird right there at the beginning of the fight, I'm screwed. And so for some reason, tonight it's like he's like, how often does he just use the Holy Blast? And then sometimes he won't use it, but tonight it's like every time if I use the summons, so I'm at that point in the night where it feels like the buttons aren't responding anymore. So I don't know what to do. I mean, it's not exactly the first time I finished the stream without beating Radahn. I mean, I don't really care to beat him.